Tonight, we continue to investigate medical records full of sensitive information dumped in an alley. Those records from a mental health center closed years ago. CBS 2's Tara Molina sat down with one of the former board of directors, Father Michael Pfleger. Tara.
Erica, I tracked down a member of the Community Mental Health Council's board of directors, Michael Pfleger, now 8 years after they closed, to find out who was responsible for those records and how they could just now be turning up, exposing hundreds of past patients. Is a patient suicidal, homicidal, psychotic, or gravely disabled? Mental health evaluations from the closed Community Mental Health Council are just some of the records dumped in a West Englewood alley this week. Now, with the alley cleaned up by the city, the big question remains: who dumped them?
Somebody emptied the building out.
I asked a longtime former member of the clinic's board of directors, Father Michael Pfleger.
Let's follow them back to how they got to the alley.
He's asking the same thing.
I don't know at this point how that could have happened.
He says the nationally recognized psychiatrist, lifelong Chicagoan Dr. Carl Bell, who founded the clinic these records came from, never would have let this happen.
Carl Bell would never, ever, ever allow something like that to happen.
Dr. Bell died this past summer.
It tarnishes what Dr. Bell stood for.
Dr. Bell's heart and soul, the Southside community his patients' records ended up ditched in, an underserved community he served for 37 years through the Community Mental Health Council, while working as a staff psychiatrist at Jackson Park Hospital, a clinical professor at University of Illinois at Chicago, and more. We know the clinics were closed in 2012 when they lost state funding.
When they closed that center, he sat outside in a chair for people that did not know that it was closed down to still try to help them.
What we don't know, where the records went when they were forced to close and why they weren't properly destroyed. Pfleger doesn't either.
Who did it? Where did they get them from? Where did they come from? Who emptied out that building after the state shut it down? Somebody needs to give an answer.
Answers we don't have right now, but right now I have several requests pending with the state and regulatory agencies to try to answer that question. We're also waiting to hear back from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services about how HIPAA laws may come into play here. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News.